Boy, that took some finagling. No, I can't get my chat window back to its regular size. Already the YouTube streaming experience is significantly worse. I suppose I could just pop out the entire window. Ugh. It's so ugly. You guys can't see this, but the chat window, after I popped it out, has everything like vertically centered. It's not scrolling from the top, it's not scrolling from the bottom, it just has everything sandwiched in the middle of a bunch of negative space, and I hate it. Well, anyway, if you are here, then I'm sure others will join soon enough. And I'm sure that you will tell me if, I mean, you obviously heard me just now, so my voice can be heard, and I'm assuming the game also can be heard. Although, from the looks of things, the game audio might be a bit low. Dude, what the hell? It's been a whole day since I last played this. Yes, the game is a little low. I do have a little thing here that I can tweak, but I might also just have the volume output low on Dolphin itself. So, oh yeah, it's only at like 35%. Let's try jacking that up to 50. How's that sound? Is that maybe too much? There's plenty of wiggle room to go higher or lower. You can certainly hear the music now. Well, that's good, because this game has good music. I remember watching a video not too long ago about the, what was it? They were saying, like, the developers of Pokemon Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness knew, like, nothing about Pokemon. And they seem to have just forgotten about the games in the years since. Game Freak probably has too. However, the original composer, I forget the name, they certainly remember. So every now and again, apparently on social media, they will like reference this game and the work they did on it. Apparently, they made the entire soundtrack for Colosseum in like a week. Yeah, I'll just do a little bit of stuff from Mount Battle and see how the audio is. I mean, I kind of feel the need to level grind anyway. I started playing this in the past week, just because I have Gen 3 Pokemon on the brain a lot, ever since I found out about the Decomp project for Pokemon Emerald. Oh hey, it's a sailor. When the battle starts, take a close look at his knuckles. Ooh. Yeah, I just pointed this out on Discord the other day, but yeah, for some reason the Sailors have feel-good tattoo! I just realized this is a level 27 Raichu. That's a huge, jump up from Area 2. I make no guarantees that any of my Pokemon will... And it's packing Thunderbolt! What the hell? Well, bye. I've been playing this under the stipulation that, like, I've been playing on a quote-unquote Iron Man mode. You know, there's, like, the tradition of doing Nuzlocks with old Pokemon games. But with something like this, kind of hard to distinguish areas from each other, and there's not that many of them. So, like, if you actually attempted a Nuzlocke in a game like this, you would have a very hard time. It would basically be a solo run with a little bit of help. Oh, to hell with that. I think I'm just gonna turn around after I'm done with this battle. Be like, nope. I need to do level grinding, but it's not gonna be done here. Well, I'm guessing that the audio levels are fine, so I'm going to go ahead and close the window for it. That's probably as loud as the game is going to get. Doesn't like dinner. Isn't there another NPC in Pokemon that says that exact thing? Alright, good, good, good. Oh, neat. Anyway, yeah, I'm suspending whatever, like, challenge rules I was doing for the purpose of this live stream, because I just want to relax and chat for a little bit, whilst getting used to YouTube as a streaming platform. Now you're using headphones. Don't know how a speaker user will like their volume. There is a difference, especially if you're listening on like a mobile phone. But, I mean, if you're doing that, then you're in for a worse experience anyway, so I'm not sure what can be done. So, yeah, basically what I've been doing is anytime a Pokemon gets knocked out, I just forbid myself from using it again. Which is very likely to happen in this game, since every battle is doubles. I was really looking forward to using these Dark types here. Because, like, you know, Mighty Ina might not be that powerful, but since every battle is doubles, Intimidate goes a long ways. And now it looks like Mawile is going to be doing that job for me. Well, that noise played, so I need to check for wild Pokemon. I'm trying to get one of every species that can appear at the Pokespots, so pardon me while I go inspect. I guess I pressed B by accident. It does tend to happen in RPGs. How many times have you, like, walked into a new area and then somehow immediately accidentally walked right back out? Hoppip, I've already got one. I'm gonna get some of the rare ones so I can trade them to Duking and maybe get a little bit of bonus experience from, you know, them being traded Pokemon. At least I'm assuming that's how it works, considering that's, you know, that's how Duking's Plusle worked in Colosseum. Happens a lot in horror games too, but it's intentional there sometimes. Really? Are you talking about, like, having such an awkward camera angle shift in Resident Evil that you end up going right back out when you go into a new area? Because that's silly. But you know what? This might be a good place to spend our day today. Because this is where you get access to, I think, Battle Bingo and the Battle CDs, which are kind of like little Pokemon puzzles. like battle puzzles. They're really cool. So hopefully I will get to experience that very soon, and I won't have to go through too much resistance getting to that. There have been numerous spots in this game where you can pick up CDs for that game mode. But until you actually have a CD case, there are NPCs nearby that tell you, hey, don't touch that. And they're not going to let me have it until I get the thing, and then I'm going to have to backtrack to all those places where I saw that there was stuff to pick up, but I couldn't. Quite annoying. Do these do anything? In Coliseum, these were, like, locked. But no, you can just go straight through. Yeah, this was, like, the final dungeon in Coliseum, so it's kind of funny to see it repurposed as, like, minigame town in XD. And there's a lot of stuff in here. Yeah, what I'm supposed to be doing right now is saving Phoenix City from the Cypher organization. Because all the citizens have been replaced by, like, Cypher peons in disguise, but, you get kicked out anyway, so that you can go experience the real Gam Tower here. And these look like slot machines, but they don't do anything. Oh, Battle Bingo. Costs money to play. So this is not what I was talking about, but it is kind of fun. Let's try the Lotad game. Let's see. I guess you just pick a tile to go onto and try to clear as many as you can, and the type on the card tells you which Pokemon you'll battle. That said, I don't actually know what my... Oh. Right, every Pokemon gets exactly one attack. So I've only got Grass. Which means we should start with a ground opponent. It's a Sandshrew. I'm pretty sure this won't kill it, even if I get a super effective hit. Whoa! That thing's powerful. Maybe I should catch it. Ah, it's fine. We may not have Twitch emotes here, but you don't hate the YouTube men. Yeah, I kind of like the, laughing blue face. Alright, the thing that I don't remember is how to get, a Master Ball. Like, how to actually... Oh, once you pick a thing, you have to keep going. Oh. Oh boy, I guess we're gonna try a mystery spot. Eh. Okay, I forgot a lot about how this game mode works. I guess... I'm not taking my chances on a bird. Hey, Magnemite. Alright, so how do I capture this thing? Oh, there's just a Master Ball option. Alright, cool. And yeah, I noticed the EP thing. Yeah, I'm just relearning everything as we go. Hang on a minute. Can I use anyone to flip over that tile? Okay, okay. EP means you have to, oh wow, you really have to space these out. Hmm. Okay, this might be a little trickier than I thought. Because, I could go onto any of these flying panels and catch a bird, but then I'll only have a bird to fight with. Hmm. I mean, I guess I got no choice. Yeah, I might not win this round, but that'll be fine. This is a learning experience. Let me check and see if Dynamic picked up on this. I did ping him per his request, so I okay, yeah, I did ping the correct person. Yeah, I'll wait a little bit longer before talking about my day at work today. Guess maybe I should catch another grass type? Just so that I can, like, open up those ground panels over there. Hey, it's Execute. Am I just gonna say that every single time I see a Pokemon? Because, like, I don't remember what's what? Alright, well, I can use Execute to open up those 2 ground panels up there. Got Giga Drain, that's good. So in doing things this way, I just realized I have failed to capture a ground type. So that might be a problem. Well, I suppose I'll just go ahead and get started talking about the events of today. I mean, there's a lot that I could talk about. A lot has happened since the last time I live streamed. And certainly I tried to once before, but YouTube was being dumb. It's like, hey, you know this account you've had for years? If you want to live stream with it, you gotta wait 24 hours after you first ask to live stream. So that was annoying. What the? That thing's got Focus Punch? I'm glad I didn't try to capture that. Yeah, I guess that'll be a point of intrigue with some of these puzzles, is that not all Pokemon will have the same type of attack. Hey! Whoa, what? Wait, was I supposed to be... I was supposed to be making bingos this whole time. Oh. And that gives me a point to use. Okay. Alrighty, let's see here. I can get 2 more bingos by giving these to Magnemite. And now I guess I just gotta make do with what I've got. Yeah, I really did not remember the rules properly. So, right, Pokemon. While this is playing out, I'm going to go and pull out something relevant to what I want to talk about. I'm gonna disconnect my headphones so that I can, like, step away from the computer physically. I hope it doesn't make a bad sound. Where are those things? Okay. Can you tell what I've got in my hand just from the sound? Wait, let me try that again. Yeah, a bit of a vague sound. It's Pokemon cards. Because the thing that happened today that I wanted to talk about was basically a dude trying to scalp some trading cards. Trying to get in on stuff right as it drops so that he can sell it online immediately. Now, of course, he didn't admit to any of this. But yeah, the place where I work, it's definitely a hotspot for card collectors. Like, that's practically what the whole back wall of the store is for, besides televisions and other electronic doodads. I guess there's also, like, pop culture toys, which I also find a bit strange. It is so badly maintained, that whole section of my store. Alright, hang on a minute. I gotta decide who to give this to. Let's do another from Magnemite. Anyway, so it wasn't even me that got pulled aside for this. It was a coworker of mine. We work in the same section usually, and that section is not electronics/pop culture merchandise. And, you know, they don't train us properly on how to do these sorts of things. The most we hear about how to deal with people like this is just, you know, those stupid online teaching materials, quote-unquote. That's basically just, like, a PowerPoint or maybe, like, a multiple-choice quiz if you're lucky. Now I'm kind of on a roll. Yeah, I can see 2 more bingos I can make. Oops. Gotta do this one first. I'll wait for my friend to get back in the chat before continuing with that. And while I wait, let me take a look at these cards that I actually have. Because, man oh man, these things just kind of drop sometimes. They just fall on the floor. It's honestly aggravating to me when people, like, steal one part of the whole and then, like, discard the rest of it. Just anywhere on the ground or whatever. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be admitting to this, but... yeah, sometimes I pocket shit that I find on the ground. Because, like, what else is gonna happen with it? It's just gonna get thrown in the trash. It's a depressing thing, working in retail, seeing all the shit that gets thrown away on a daily basis. It's especially bad when it's food. Let's see. I've got one more spot with Doduo. I could try hammering out a win with Execute or Magnemite. Let's try Execute. We'll try using one of them against one of the electric opponents. But it is not a guarantee. I suppose your ultimate goal is indeed to just clear the whole board. And now that I understand what's going on, I don't think I'll have a problem with that. I'll give one more point to Magnemite just in case. Alright, let's see if Execute can do it. It's a Voltorb. I tend to not be very afraid of those things, unless they explode. You wouldn't explode on me, would you, Mr. Voltorb? Nah. Well, anyway, yeah, at-work training materials are dumb and ineffective. It's at its worst when, like, your supervisor or whatever actually hurries you through it and, like, encourages you not to read anything. Uh-oh. Oh, that might be bad. That's a 10% chance, too. Ah, that is scummy. Oh! Alright, I lose. Let's try this one. Look at the buzz. Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. So, right, because of that, while I had an inkling that something was amiss with this one customer today, it wasn't until after I was done dealing with him, and by that I mean calling my manager over, that I was able to finally put two and two together and realize that what they call, like, social conditioning had happened. You know, the sort of thing where, someone's acting all friendly and, like, acting casual, like everything's normal, and trying to basically trick you into doing what they want. And that's exactly what was going on with this guy. He, acted really, really familiar, as if he knew our entire store inside and out. And he even knew about the boxes that the vendors bring in, and, like, specifically what they looked like, so that he could ask us to, like, inspect them and take stuff out of it and bring them to him so that he could buy them. Which I found out after the fact, after hearing from my manager, that is a huge no-no. If it's vendor stuff, it's not handled by the store, therefore the store does not physically handle them. Alright, execute. Let's see if you can do it this time. So we had actually gotten as far as, like, actually opening the box and looking inside, and yeah, there were cards in there. He was actually starting out looking for, like, soccer player cards. And he was like, oh, well, do you have any Pokemon cards in there? And we were like, yeah, and he's like, can I see them? So I actually took one out of the box, and I really shouldn't have. Showed it to the guy. He's like, oh, how many do you got in there? I'm getting these as a gift for my friend. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Survived on 1 hit point. Come on, execute. You can do this. And the moment he crossed the line from being, what is it? Like, when he crossed the line from, I don't know, curious to greedy, I don't know what the first thing should be, but the second thing is definitely greedy. Because he asked to buy every single thing in the box. He's like, hey, as long as it's under $45, I'll buy everything in the box. It was $35 for, like, the package. It was, like, one of those big spreads of Pokemon cards. Oh shit, this is another way to get Poke Coupons. Nice. Alright, we might be here for a while. This is fun. Never mind, I got wild Pokemon to look after. That'll keep me from sinking too heavily into this minigame. It's fun, though. It's pretty fun. I can't wait to get to some of the more complex boards. Sorry, I had to mute myself, get something stuck in my throat. I forgot to check which spot was being eaten. I didn't even pick a Pokespot. What's wrong with me? Oasis again. Maybe this time it'll be a Surskit or something. Why is it so hard to pick the Oasis Pokespot? I think I might actually prefer it if they had just given me, like, a free-moving cursor instead of this awkward selection. Well, anyway, once that line was crossed, and I knew this guy was just scoping out shit that he could buy en masse and resell, That's the only reason he was willing to spend so goddamn much. Like, he was getting ready to spend, like, upwards of $500 for this shit. Because he knew he was gonna make it back by reselling everything online. The sad thing is that sometimes you don't even need to open these cases to turn a profit in reselling them. Like, people sell, you know, the unopened packages. Sometimes they wait for, like, years before selling the unopened packages. And because the contents are unknown, people just spend on them because there might be something super rare in there. I don't fucking know. I guess that's part of why I pulled my, you know, off-the-floor pickups to see if there was anything worthwhile mixed into these. I mean, I could just, like... Maybe I should sort them. Right off the bat, I see two holofoils. What even is this set? It's Glenmora and Several Edge, so it's got to be one of the more recent ones. Copyright 2023. Okay, maybe not that recent. What the hell? I don't see anything. I see something in the corner that has like a G and PAL EN, but I don't understand what that means. Hey, I guess I should just look it up real quick. Let's see here. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at too, if I can. Yeah, let's see if I see anything that... Well, actually, I could just search for, like, Sterile Edge TCG and try to find a match there. I see a G. What in the world are these things over here? What is this column? I don't see a PAL EN anywhere on there. Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh, PAL, short for Paldea, of course. Why are there so many copies of the same one? Are these, like, reprints? Well, that's it, but that's not the same artwork. Oh, that is so weird. Do they release, like, multiple sets with different artworks, but nonetheless it's the same Pokemon? Whoa, whoa! I'm bending the cards here. Shit, I should be more careful. PAFEN. Alright, I'm getting closer. It's gotta be one of these. This one. It's this one. 98 out of 103, PALEN. What does that mean? I used to be able to distinguish the different Pokemon card sets from each other, but this I cannot make sense of. Paldea evolved. Oh, it's okay. So there's different prints of cards that are shiny. How strange. I guess if I ever see one of those marks on these things, then I'll know I have a gold mine. I can't speak. Gold mine on my hands. Now, these might have come from a pre-built deck, so maybe it's not all that impressive. But the fact is that I don't remember, so, like, they could be from anywhere. Oh, wait. This one just has a G, P-A-L. I guess it's this one? Yep, that's the one. Well, actually, isn't there, yeah, there's online sources out there that tell you how much shit's worth. Why do I care? I was just, like, shaming, scalpers for doing this sort of thing. Here I am, like, combing through shit I picked up off the ground and being like, I wonder how much this is worth. I mean, the fact is that I'm not gonna do anything else with these silly things. I've still got a collection of older cards. Oh, jeez, this is a... I feel like the pile that I'm holding in my hands is like 90% energy cards and 5% holofoils. Yeah, surely there's a regularly updated source for this sort of thing. First result is TCG player, so guess I'll start there. Ouch. I think the one I'm holding is only registering as 5 cents olive oil. Yeah, it must have come from a like a pre-made deck or something. So those are, I guess, even though you have to shell out a lot of money to get the whole deck, like it's still guaranteed to be in there. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, you kind of did miss most of the work story, but that's okay. Basically, a dude. Well, actually, I didn't finish with it, so I guess I may as well just pick back up where I left off. Yeah, it was a dude trying to talk his way into buying a shitload of Pokemon cards at my store. And honestly, if I hadn't have been there, he might have gotten away with it, because my coworker was... This is gonna happen for a while, pardon me. Bargaining? No, it was more like, oh, the last time I was here, you guys let me do this and this and this. Or, like, I thought that your manager was cool with it. With you guys, like, going into the back and pulling something out for me. You know, talk like that. When, in reality, that is absolutely not allowed, not in the slightest. And he definitely got told as much when my manager got called over. I mean, I was the one that called her. And he was doing this shit right in the middle of, like, a meeting in the store. Like, our store director had just gotten back from vacation, and he wanted to have a meeting with, like, everyone that wasn't a ground-level grunt. So all the managers, all the team leads, they were all in the back for, like, at least half an hour. And I was sure that I wasn't going to be able to get a hold of anyone. Like a once or twice a year kind of coincidence this was. I don't think he realized that. It was just a really fucked up coincidence. Oh jeez, this is gonna take forever. And I can't run away from... I didn't know you couldn't run away from these battles. Alright, fine. I'll just destroy it. I already have a Gligar. But thankfully, I just put out a general call for anyone to respond, any higher-up that could respond. And after hearing what I had to say, they were silent for like half a minute, but eventually they passed the mic on to someone else, my manager, and she said that she would come over, and she did. So we got that taken care of. And hopefully that guy got sent packing. The long and short of it is, like, if you don't want to get in trouble for anything, don't, like, bother employees with pulling, like, trading cards from the back room. I was gonna say, like, products in general, but no, if it's, like, I don't know, food or something, or, like, a Coca-Cola product or whatever, that's probably fine. But stuff like trading cards, like, you gotta know. You just have to know that, like... That's a high-demand item. That's why, like, you can't find anything. Just check back another day. Play fair. That's why it would have been an unethical thing to do to go along with this guy's idea. Is that, you know, if I just gave him literally every single pack of Pokemon cards from the back room, would have left nothing for everyone else. Holy cow, did that Wooper really just do that much damage to me? Well, I think this is one of the Pokemon that Duking wants, so... Maybe I can just go ahead and trade it over and see what I get. While I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and look up a few more cards that I have sitting around. Oops. Did not mean to give this guy a whooper. Give this whooper a nickname, I mean. Let's see. I also ended up with a Houndstone, which is an absolute monster in modern Pokemon, to the point where it actually got banned. Much to my surprise. But in the card game, it's probably not as good, and... Oh, I actually don't see it yet. I guess there's a lot of them. Not an EX card. Hey, this one's got a listing going from 25 cents. So that's something, I guess. The last one we looked up came up as, like, 5 cents. I feel like these are the values of Steam trading cards, sometimes. Does anyone actually know anyone that's, like, serious about Steam trading cardery? That will, like, actually shell out big bucks for one? I don't think I've ever even seen one that was priced at higher than, like, 50 cents. A while back, I just threw a whole bunch of them up on the marketplace just for the sake of getting rid of them. You just convert extra Steam cards to gems. What do the gems do? Probably have some, but I have no idea what to do with them. Yo, Duking! I got a Whooper. You think they're currency for something? Oh, he's giving me a Larvitar. Nice. Now, does it count as Duking's Larvitar? Yes. Yes, indeed. So I can't nickname it, but it will grow at a faster... Holy shit, it's got Dragon Dance! I might just end up using this bad boy. Right, anyway, the next holofoil I see in my pile here is Dondozo. I'm noticing that every single one of these so far has been a Paldea Pokemon. Which I guess makes sense. I don't know why I'm expecting older Pokemon in the new trading card game sets. You can use Steam Gems to buy random cosmetic knickknacks. Oh, right. That's how I got, I guess that's how I got the, whatchamadingle. Like, I have an animated, Cat Kid as my profile picture on, Steam, so that must have been how I got it. I probably just spent it from the leftover gems I just had lying around. Let's see here. Oh good, there's filter options. Alright, let's see. Looks like Dondozo is only going for 12 cents. Man, I should look up some of the older cards that I have lying around. Thing is, I'm gonna have to like dig around in my closet for them. They're safely contained in like plastic wrappings and boxes and stuff, but yeah, it's a little too much trouble for me to go through right now. Would anyone be interested in like actually seeing like old Pokemon cards? I know that some people just show cards and that's like the entire live stream. Like I could figure out how to use my like use the camera on my phone. Or, you know what, I really just need a new webcam, period. Oh hey, another Houndstone. I guess they really aren't that rare. Okay, good to know. I have two shiny, no, not shiny, two holofoil Houndstone. Oh boy, got a very, shimmery, shiny Pikachu. That's probably, like, more common than it seems. Got any modern games that you are interested in playing? Yeah, to be honest, that one game, Claire Obscure, it has caught my eye. I am a little bit afraid of how challenging it could be, and, like, aesthetically, it does not appeal to me. And yet, I feel like I would get a lot of enjoyment out of it anyway. Alright, now let's keep going with this. Nidorino. Well, I definitely know I don't want to start on a ground card. Yeah, let's try this. Expedition 33. Yeah, that was the subtitle that I couldn't remember. You do have a poison attack, right? Okay, good. Don't have to worry about different type attacks yet. Yeah, I know that you've been talking about Claire Obscure. A number of YouTubers have as well. James Stephanie Sterling, in particular, has had, like, a legacy with it. Oh, I should go ahead and catch the next grass type. A Sunkern? Oh boy, that's a whammy for sure. Oh well, don't have a choice. Anyway, yeah, they've been on, like, quite the journey with that game. Going from, what's the word? Like, a bit of uncertainty to, no, not uncertainty. Like, they were having a lot of trouble with the difficulty of that game. And in the first video, they were, like, lampooning the, like, difficulty barrier that some games throw up. You know, being like, you must have gotten this good to pass. Hey, got Master Ball. And then in the subsequent video, they got good. they, to some extent, ate their own words. But nonetheless, an easier difficulty mode would probably be appreciated by a lot of people. You know, options are always nice. But yeah, from there, a deep love of the game blossomed. There is an easy difficulty, but still not brain-dead easy. Yeah, you can definitely go to... Oh, right. Onyx hits like a sack of wet tissue paper. Oh my god, how humiliating would it be if this Onyx got defeated by this Gulpin? Like, if I remember correctly, Onyx has an attack stat that's about on par with a Caterpie. Oh boy. Yeah, I looked up the Pikachu card, and it is not easy to identify in this, like, ocean of Pikachus. Oh, there it is. 50 cents. I think that's technically the most valuable card I've come across so far. What else we got here? Thunderous. That looks fun to use. Never mind. Its only attack costs 2 electric energy, does 140 goddamn damage, and does 90 points of damage to Thunderous itself. And it only has 110. I do not understand the trading card game as it is right now. Alright, got a bingo. Let's see here. I'll work on the next column. I am going to have to catch something eventually. Might want to go for the Sunkern next. I mean, go for another grass type next. I know that there's a modern trading card game app, and some people just have fun doing the collecting without doing any of the battling. And that's fair enough, I suppose. No way. If I'm reading this right, this holofoil Thunderous might only be worth 1 cent. Oh, hey, what's this? I saw something interesting in here. Not tournament legal. Interesting. I didn't realize that there were listings for cards like that. But yeah, I think that it's this one here? I guess I can check it in closer detail. Wow, yeah, for a near mint holofoil, that's 1 cent. 1 wretched cent. How are people making money off of these? I guess if it doesn't come in a random packet, then it's not worth anything. Hey, for alligator. Wonder if I can find anything interesting with that. And for alligator is still spelled with the gator as G-A-T-R. I find that kind of funny. Alright, there's definitely a lot of those, so it'll take a while to find exactly which one I hold. Oh, never mind, there it is. It is this one. Seriously, what is with the damage numbers? What the hell? Look at this ability. You may put 5 damage counters on your Pokemon. So, if you do 50 damage to this particular Feraligatr, then it'll do 120 extra damage. 280 points of damage. What is the point of doing that much goddamn damage? I mean, it is a stage 2 card, so like, if it's not putting out a lot of damage, then there's definitely no point to oh shit. I knew Sunkern was gonna be a problem. Wow, I got nothing out of that one. Guess I'll go try to catch another wild Pokemon. Boy, that sucked. I wonder if Sunkern still holds the record for having the lowest stat total out of any Pokemon in the game. Because it used to hold that record. Let's see here. It has a Paisley base stat total of 180. I remember when I was younger playing Pokemon Stadium 2 for the first time, I actually thought it was good. Because I was playing the Little Cup, trying to use rentals. And one of the rentals was a Sunkern with Giga Drain. And I think it was the only rental Pokemon that had access to Giga Drain. So I was like, oh yeah, super powerful grass-type attack, let's go. You can guess how things went from there. Hey, it's another Wooper. I want it. Well, there is another Pokemon with 180 points spread across its stats, and that is Blipbug. This little fella right here. I kind of like him. He's the like UFO beetle that he turns into was one of the Pokemon that I regretted not getting Pokemon Sword and Shield over. But the rest of the game was just so unappealing at a glance that I just couldn't go through with it. Also, I could have sworn that I had more than one answer for your question about modern games that I'd like to play, but nothing quite comes to mind. Oh, hey, what's this? I found a few, what do they call them? Like, reverse holofoil cards? Like, they're common cards, but they have the foil on the body of the card rather than on the artwork. I'll look those up here in a minute. I've been naming all my Pokemon lately after, like, musical instruments and stuff. So, what am I going to call this guy? Could just call him Bass. Quagsire seems like a Pokemon that knows how to vibe to a bass. Alright, got a Wooper. Let's see, there is the... Oh, right, wasn't there another spot that activated? Hey, Surskit. I think that's another one that Duking wants. Nice. Man, I really like Surskit. On my very first playthrough of Pokemon Sapphire, I really tried to make a Surskit useful. I even trained it up and refused to evolve it, just so that I could give it the move Water Sport. And then when it evolved, it would stand a fighting chance against Flannery in the Fire-type gym. It didn't work. It was just not a good Pokemon, even as a Masquerain. You hate to see it. Gotta try to use, like, the absolute weakest moves I can. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, let's see here. We'll go ahead and look up the reverse holo cards. I see a Wiglet. 5 cents. Better than the Feraligatr. And then Dunsparce is the other one that I see, but I don't see a matching card just yet. Let's see. This one has, like, the little drill thing pointing downwards. Kind of like the card in the top right of the screen right here, but the artwork is slightly different. So it's not that one. Whoa, what is going on with the art on this one? Is this voxel art? What the heck? Like a crochet plushie. Wow. That's so weird to see in TCG art. Is that a common thing nowadays? Anyway, let's see here. I still do... Oh, here it is. It's this one right here. 8 cents. Wow. Dunsparce, of all things, is the most valuable common card that I have in my hand. Alright, well that was a fun little exercise. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna trade this one. Let's see, do I have anything else to mention about the, whole Pokemon trading card scalper incident? Not really. But, you know, people like that are why we have purchasing limits. Oh boy, back and forth, back and forth. Alright, fine. If I can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone and get, like, double trades going, that'll be good. I think the, Munchlax again. My beeper is just going off non-stop, isn't it? So this this herbalist has given me 1 of every kind of herbal medicine so far. Yep, there's the last kind. So I really hope this is the last time I'm going to have to lay eyes on this silly Munchlax. And I hope I get a better prize besides just medicine. I'm gonna check just in case. You know, this could lead to another topic. Is it the scalpers who are the real problem, or are they just a symptom of a bigger problem? Like, I don't know, artificial scarcity or something. Well, hard to call it artificial... Well, no. I'm gonna call it artificial scarcity, because it's just made of paper, right? Paper and a couple of other materials. There's no excuse whatsoever when it's, like, digital games and shit. Like what Nintendo was pulling with the Mario All-Stars collection. I just don't even know why I bothered coming up here. Like, none of you have anything to give me for all the trouble that this Munchlax has caused. Have any of you ever seen that video that that one PokeTuber made about how obscenely rare Munchlax is in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Platinum? One of those honey tree Pokemon. And I had a hard enough time just getting a Heracross out of those honey trees. Because, right, lest I forget, I still have an unfinished Monotype playthrough of Pokemon Platinum. Or, no, Pearl. Pokemon Pearl. And, yeah, Bug-type. I had to get real cozy with all the different forms of Wormadam. Alright, Duking, what you gonna give me for a Surskit? Shuckle. Could be interesting. Let's see what it can do. It's got the basics of stall Pokemon. It's got Toxic, Encore, Substitute. The only thing I would replace is Sludge Bomb. Because it's not even a poison type. It's not going to do very much damage. But what would I replace it with? I don't know, Safeguard, maybe? It'd be better than nothing. Alright, I'm gonna try that Battle Bingo again. When I think about Pokemon cards, the one thing that I just, like, cannot live down is the fact that I got a, at some point when I was a kid, I got my hands on a secret rare Dark Raichu from the Team Rocket set. I don't think it was holographic. Actually, it was holographic. Yeah. And it's, like, one of my most beat-up cards. It's not in tradable condition. Which is a shame, because if it was, according to this website, I could be getting anywhere from $15 to $175 for it. That is probably the rarest card that I have. And also the most, like, uglified. Alright, let's see if I can do this, like, better this time. This should work. I'll catch whatever this is. C-Dot could be better, could be worse. Then I'll clear out the grounds on the bottom row. If I see that golem, I'm catching it. I'm not gonna risk it again. I'm assuming that all the stuff is in the same place as before. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yep, there's Golem. You're mine this time. I guess while we are on the topic of Pokemon, I could also talk a little bit about the Emerald decomp. I've been looking into it. It looks manageable to learn and understand. The big hang-up I have, of course, is drawing assets for it. I am just not looking forward to that at all. But at least I figured out the palette thing. I read the response in response to the question about Daryl's video. I did, and actually, yeah, I did kind of want to talk about that because I found your response to be extremely unexpected. Holy shit! Critical hit. That could have ended me. Right, you opened up by saying that hard work sounds cheap compared to intellect because it implies anyone with the same required intellect can do the job with enough time and commitment. Intellect more akin to talent. So you appear to subscribe to the belief that talent is like something that you're born with. If I'm understanding correctly. Or maybe you were just talking about how other people have that view. I know that that's, like... I do remember that being a talking point from Nakito's perspective from Danganronpa 2. Questioning, like, the whole natural talent thing. Like, I want to believe that anyone is capable of anything. At least to a certain level. Like, sure, if you're born with leg atrophy, you can't really be a basketball player, but something more cerebral, like, I feel like that should be achievable if you've got the right upbringing. You know, it's one of those nature versus nurture debates. Like, do you think that intelligence has more to do with how you're raised, or more to do with your genetics? Now, I'm not gonna go too deep into that, because people have made some very, very ugly arguments in favor of the genetics thing in the past. So I don't want to even, like, start talking about that sort of thing. Like, do you get flagged on YouTube just for saying the word eugenics, I wonder? Oh god, my mind is going into a few directions that I wish it wouldn't. Okay, the phrase that came to my mind was gene therapy as a concept. I'm thinking more on the lines of preventing, like, terminal illnesses. And maybe getting a leg up in other areas where people can suffer physically. Like, I've got a friend who I should have sent the link to the stream to, because I don't think they're aware that I stream on, that I, like, pivoted to YouTube. But, yeah, they've got, a condition in their arm that just causes them chronic pain. and they were effectively born with it, and it is just not fair in the slightest. Alright, let me plan this out. I can do another column with Golem here. You do think there's merit to nature and nurture? Nurture and nature. You can only go so far with nurture before nature makes a difference. Is what you meant with the talent stuff. That's not something that I wholeheartedly agree with. But I certainly can't form a coherent response to it in the middle of live streaming. Like, I'm making all these, like, tactical decisions with this board here, so I can't focus. If I think of something to add to the topic, I'll get back to you on that. Was there any other part of your comment, your reply, that struck me? Let me just reread it again real quick. We've pretty much been over that part. Oh, right, the whole reason we got started on this was because of Daryl Talks Games' video. Are you a master or a performer? Which I think that title is a wee bit misleading. Gonna be honest here. You know what? I'll catch another poison type. Ekans. Oh, that's gonna be a bit difficult to deal with. Well, no it isn't, because the two grass types are gonna be Chikorita and Sunkern, so never mind, I'm good. Ekans can handle them. I wonder if you get bonus points for keeping a Master Ball at the end. Yeah, the part of Daryl's video that talked about, you know, your upbringing, were you praised for more for your intelligence or more for your hard work? Like, I'll acknowledge that some kids do just pick up on certain things faster than others. But I feel like it's a better incentive to encourage hard work, rather than to just say, oh, you must be smart, good job. That's how I was brought up, and I feel like it has left lasting damage on me. So where it is kind of disincentivized, like, it's kind of disincentivized effort, honestly, in a lot of things that I do in life. For a very long time in my school life, like, pretty much every year up until high school, like, shit just came to me. I did not have to work hard in order to pass my classes, and I did not have to put in any effort when it came to, like, homework and stuff. And then all of a sudden it did. All of a sudden it took a lot of effort, and I didn't understand how to process that. I was not practiced at putting in, like, a sustained effort. Even to this day, I have trouble with that. If it's a creative project I'm working on, for example, if I can't make significant headway with it within one day, ideally within a few hours, there's a very real chance that I'll end up just calling it a lost cause and just moving on with something else, or, like, just giving up. So that's where I'm coming from, is that that's a thing that's been on my mind. A different video that I watched talked about how... Talked about, like, American culture compared to other places in the world, where hard work is just not adequately rewarded compared to what they called unearned success. And that has more to do with how, like, you know, people that are born rich and just keep getting richer get treated like gods in this country. And that's not the result of hard work, let's be honest here. No single person on the planet is worth $1 billion just through their efforts alone. But that's arguably a different topic. Some things don't need a lot of time and effort to become an expert, like strategies for tactical games. Yeah. So with regards to games, yeah, the subject wasn't that great of a fit for Daryl's video. I appreciate the discussion, but he didn't really leave me with a conclusion. I got a lot more out of it from just talking with Hollow about that sort of thing. By the way, this is the card that I should have technically started with, because it's just, hey, you got Dragonar, you got some free victories. I'll just go ahead and catch the first grass and fire type that I find. It'll probably be Torchic next. Oops. No, yeah, that's good. Yep, it's Torchic. You know what? This board is probably going to be all starter Pokemon, if I had to guess. Now, I have played this before. Maybe that's my memory creeping up on me. But man, it's been a long time since I played this last. Well, on the thought of, like, sustained effort, I have been trying to put that in with regards to drawing recently. I don't know how I get started on it, but one day I just, I'll be completely honest. I was whining to ChatGPT, basically, and being like, how can I get over this funk? How can I, like, push towards being better? And it just told me straight, just practice figure drawing. Do it in short bursts, as frequently as you can. And then once you start feeling comfortable with that, try drawing your characters again. Whoa! Don't know what caused that slowdown. And so I did. I have... somewhere... what was it? I think I've done 7 days of practice so far, since I started. Sometime in the past couple of weeks. Yeah, let's just put a point in a Dragonair. Oh, I don't have a water type. Might need to go and get one. Hey, there's a Master Ball. Alright, let's catch a water Pokemon. You feel like the Budew evolution line should be taller? Oh yeah! It always cracked me up just how freaking tiny Roselia is in Pokemon Coliseum. It's definitely not that tiny anymore, now that, like, Pokemon sizes have been standardized in Scarlet and Violet. Let me just check and see if that height is considered accurate. Yeah, it's supposed to be just 1 foot tall. 1 foot, Roselia. Trico is almost, it's like 2/3 of a foot taller. Let me take a look at Roserade, because Roserade looks like it would be big. And yet, it's almost 3 feet tall. It's still a shortcake. I didn't even look at Budew. Budew, yep, 8 inches tall. Are they also short in the anime? Good question. I hope... Okay, it's not gonna happen on this stream, but if you've ever seen a screenshot of this game featuring Whale Lord, then you know that this game knows scale when it comes to Pokemon. Those boys are big. And then you play, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and they're, like, maybe the size of 2 or 3 Pokemon trainers. Maybe. If you, like, lay them out horizontally. Let me see if I can find some screenshots from the anime. Well, here's a Rosa Raid at, like, a dinner table. Yeah, assuming that's sitting down, that's still kind of short. Oops. Oh, shit, what'd I do? Oh, no! Somehow, turning off the, capture for Dolphin just, like, completely killed it. I don't think I've saved. I don't think I've saved once today. So, yeah, that's kind of where we stop, I guess. I was trying to close this window, but oops. Oy, oy, oy. In the meantime, I will play you some music that is originally from Donkey Kong 64, but I have come to associate with Pokemon instead. If you've ever listened to a video from the YouTuber Jimothy Cool, then you will recognize this piece of music. Like, it's supposed to be the theme of Trough and Scoff from Donkey Kong 64, but I have come to associate it more with that channel. Like, whenever he's talking about... What sort of things has he been talking about? Folks, did you know that the Pokemon Gyarados was not always that good, and in fact has fallen off once again in recent memory? This is incredible, folks. Yeah, what a way to end it. Now, granted, it's mostly just been fucking around with the Battle Bingo, so that's pretty quick to redo. The only thing I'm gonna regret losing is the Pokemon that I traded from Duking. Also, let me just, like, put something on screen so that you're not just looking at nothing. Okay, they made Roselia much bigger in the anime, so there's a proper answer to your question. Part of me wants to close out on a different game, but I guess since I've gotten my story from work out of the way for today, maybe the stream has run its course. One time I had to end abruptly because I accidentally went into your Twitter profile right after you had posted art. Did I, like, hit end stream by accident instead of, like, hide NSFW art? Well, anyway, since I've gotten started on YouTube now, it will not be as big of a problem to resume in the future, which is a good thing, because there is something new that I really, really want to stream, and it's coming out on Saturday. That, of course, being Banjo-Kazooie Nostalgia 64, the latest ROM hack from Kirko Mods. Mark Kirko. I was having connection issues anyway, so I was like, oh shit, this is gonna get banned anyway, I'm done. I can believe it. Alright, let me show you what I think is the coolest thing that Kirko has been doing with Nostalgia 64, Banjo-Kazooie. He remade the beta level of Project Dream. The RPG game that turned into Banjo-Kazooie. It's even got the old music, too. Like, I think Kirko had to, like, transcribed this himself from what records remain of Grant Kirkhope's composition for Project Dream. Look, there's even the, like, flying oranges. So yeah, as you can see, it was originally a very different kind of game. And it was originally being developed for the Super Nintendo. Like, seriously, look up Project Dream if you're curious. It is such a fascinating story of how it went from, like... Actually, I think the protagonist from that game, shows up at some point in this hack. Yeah, there he is. I forget his name. He says his name. Jimbo. He has an adventure and is antagonized by pirates. A bit of a Guybrush Threepwood kind of kid. I need to stream this. I need to play this. Edson, that's his name. I need to play this. I need to stream this. I'm gonna do it on Saturday, maybe. If not, then, like, Sunday. Because this just looks like so much fun. Now, that being said, there is one thing that I very much disagree with Kirko on. And that's the fact that he's been posting these videos to YouTube this past week. He has been spoiling fucking everything about this game. Like, I don't even want to click on his channel to bring up the thumbnails, because there's just... Ugh. There's one thing that you can maybe see in the corner of the screen here. I'm gonna, like, hide it a little bit because I want to save this surprise. But yeah, some things I really wanted to go in fresh on, unspoiled, but YouTube just keeps recommending me Kirko's videos. It's right there in the title, so I know what to expect. I'm trying to savor the experience for when I can actually play it myself. I really wish Kirko waited until after he published the hack to post all these videos. Because, it's spoiling the surprise so much. The upcoming Paper Clay's intro song is composed by Grant Kirkhope. Really? I wonder if I can find that. Paper Clay. There's an announcement trailer, gameplay trailer, a YouTube Shorts, which I hate with all my passion. Fake trailer? What do you mean fake trailer? This does look like a Banjo-Kazooie-ish game. You know, maybe I'll just watch the trailer. Yeah. Because I've never heard of this before. Well, right away I hear a banjo. This trailer is kind of old. I don't know if Grant Kirkhope composed this, but if not, the composer definitely took influence from Grant Kirkhope. So, if this is an old trailer, then, what's the new? I guess I should just click on the developer's channel and see what's there. Launching May 27th. Alright, let's try this.
Check, where are we? I know, right? It's huge!
Not a fan of the voice acting, but,
I can get used to this adventure.
Wait. The sock puppet might sound funny. Oh. I might have just offended you. For all I know, that might have been a character you know and love from Sly Cooper that I was bad-mouthing the voice actor for.
Oh, visitors! How thrilling!
Maybe it just sounds bad to me because it's kind of, like, overpowering the rest of the trailer audio. Okay. Now we know for sure that it's a wannabe Rareware game. Because it's got the Rareware eyeballs on an enemy. That was so funny when they made a joke out of that in Ukulele and the Impossible Lair.
Are you lost?
Ooh, that looks cool. So is this gonna be like Banjo-Kazooie meets Captain Toad?
This is our chance, Nugget. The smell of adventure is in the air. Let's go!
Looks cool. Music sounds good. Literally, the only thing I dislike about it is the voice acting. I'm sorry. It's just not gelling with me. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
It's a flying ship!
Well, why is there a pineapple?
Look, Toto! A flying
Actually, maybe that's supposed to be a potato.
ship! It's a flying ship! I told you! I knew I wasn't crazy!
What? Was that a joke? Bro just went ahead and finished it. Alright, cool. So, there's something to look forward to, I guess. I wonder if there'll be a demo. Actually, you would know, because you were the one that brought this up. Did this have a demo in a Steam Next Fest or something? Is it still available? GMTK commented? Oh. Well, it's got Mark Brown's blessing. You played the demo? Maybe. That's a maybe on the demo still being available. I mean, I guess I can check. Wouldn't hurt too much to have a peek. Yeah, I'll just what is going on with the YouTube thing here? All right, I'll just let that roll whilst I look around. Yes, the demo's still up. All right, cool. Oh shit, there's a Creature Collector Fest going on Steam right now. Well, speaking of Pokemon, if you want to play a non-Nintendo Pokemon game, now's your chance. Whoa, hang on, what was that? What was that about Attack on Titan? Voice actors from Attack on Titan. Huh. Well, anyway, yeah, if the demo's there, then I may as well just go ahead and, like, install it. Maybe I'll wait until after I stop the stream, because I don't want to, like, you know, close out the live stream with my voice going all stuttery. So I'll just hold on to that. Yeah, I kind of want to give this a try. It's got a cool aesthetic. You don't need to have a blown out of proportion budget like Nintendo does for their craft style games. You can just keep it cheap like this. Honestly, this would have been a pretty good aesthetic for like Bug Fables, if you ask me. I can imagine that game with a handicraft type of aesthetic. You asked your Full Sail professors if Mark Brown. There was a professor in your school named Mark Brown. Wow, what are the odds of that? I mean, I guess it's kind of a common name. Like, there's a bajillion Marks out there, and I guess Brown is kind of a common last name. But they were different people. Yeah, that would have been one hell of a coincidence if one of your professors was the Mark Brown. Thing is, I don't know if he actually lives in like the UK or the US. He experienced a bug where an old man flew into orbit. That sounds fun. That egg looks a little bit Pokemon-ish, doesn't it? Just can't escape the subject. Alright, if I stay here any longer, then I'm gonna end up, like, going through the whole Creature Collector Fest on Steam and being like, oh, let's look at this, let's look at that. I could be here for a while. I should probably just go ahead and wrap up, because I haven't eaten anything since, like, 4 o'clock or so. So I've got some leftover stir-fry. I should go ahead and eat that. I should go ahead and make my frozen, like, pork dumplings, too. So, let's see. Let's meet back up here. Let's say Saturday. I'll shoot for Saturday, assuming that I can get Kirko's mod up and running. And if I miss Saturday the 17th, then we'll be back on Sunday the 18th. And we'll have fun. And hey, now we know that YouTube works. So, we accomplished something today. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you then.